Stop playing. Let go.
Kirk really went to extremes. Hold on. Did Kirk actually try to take Mendeecees out on the road? This is no ordinary messy reality TV spat. We're talking about something far more intense, an attempted murder plot. The streets are buzzing right now as insiders reveal some jaw-dropping information. It's being reported that Kirk Frost allegedly orchestrated a plan to take Mendeecees down during what was supposed to be a routine drive. But here's the twist. Mendeecees made it out alive. And now, the truth is slowly being uncovered. Peace. By peace. So why would Kirk go this far? What did Mendeecees do to push him to the breaking point? And even more crucially, who's the one spilling these chilling secrets? Could it be someone close to them? A friend turned enemy? Or maybe Mendeecees himself is trying to get ahead of the story before it spirals even further? One thing is certain. This isn't just gossip. This is a full-fledged conspiracy, and we've got all the shocking details. From betrayals to life or death. Plots. This scandal is wild, and we're breaking it all down for you. Grab your popcorn because things are about to get real intense. Mendeecees was cruising down an empty road, completely unaware that trouble was waiting just around the corner. He thought it was just another ordinary drive, a moment to clear his mind amidst all the drama surrounding him. But what he didn't know was that someone had a very different plan for how that drive was going to unfold. And that someone? It was Kirk. Yep, you heard that right. The same Kirk who's been throwing jabs at Mendeecees nonstop. The same Kirk who's been scheming behind closed doors may have gone way too far. Now, the streets are asking one huge question. Was this all a setup? Sources close to the situation are spilling some serious tea, and things are only getting messier. Word on the street is that Kirk had been plotting something shady for weeks. Allegedly, things got really heated, there were arguments, threats thrown around, and even Kirk dropping lines like, "I'm handling this my way." Then, out of nowhere, this strange road incident occurs, leaving Mendeecees rattled but still very much alive. Was it just a coincidence, or was this a meticulously planned setup that didn't go according to Kirk's script? Now, let's dig into the timing because it's raising major red flags. Just days before this so-called accident, Kirk and Mendeecees had another explosive confrontation. But this wasn't just a typical argument. It was one of those, if I see you, it's on type of situations. They'd been at odds over past drama with Yandy, but things really escalated when Kirk allegedly started throwing around some serious threats. Insiders are saying that Kirk made it clear that Mendeecees had to be dealt with, and that he wasn't going to let things slide any longer. Normally, people talk tough when they're upset, but after what just went down, people are starting to wonder if Kirk really meant every word he said. Let's not forget, Kirk has a history of holding grudges. This isn't the first time he's had problems with Mendeecees, and certainly not the first time he's been caught making some shady moves. Just last year, there were rumors that Kirk had been quietly plotting behind the scenes to take Mendeecees down, whether it was by ruining his reputation or interfering with his business dealings. But now, it looks like things have gone way beyond just tough talk. Multiple sources are reporting that Kirk had people tracking Mendeecees' every move, and if the rumors hold any weight, this whole situation might have been carefully planned, right down to the smallest detail. Some even speculate that Kirk knew exactly where Mendeecees would be driving that night, raising the chilling possibility that the accident was actually a botched attempt at something much darker. The details are downright wild, and honestly, it's hard to ignore how meticulously planned this whole situation seems. Think about it. Mendeecees was cruising down a quiet road, just minding his business, when out of nowhere, an unexpected obstacle shows up. Something doesn't quite add up. The timing, the threats, the history between these two, it's all too much to overlook. Now, let's dive into what happened after the incident, because that's where things get even sketchier. Kirk has been eerily quiet about the whole thing. No statements, no public appearances, just complete radio silence. And we all know Kirk isn't the type to stay silent when there's drama unfolding. So why is he suddenly so quiet? Is he trying to dodge questions? Or is he hoping this will blow over before people start connecting the dots? Let's be real. If someone accused you of something like this, wouldn't you be out there defending yourself, shouting about how innocent you are? Meanwhile, Mendeecees hasn't said much either, but sources close to him are claiming he's absolutely convinced this wasn't just a random accident. He's reportedly telling his team, I know what's going on. This definitely sounds like a setup. If Mendeecees believes that, he's not going to let it slide. He'll be out there digging for answers because, let's be honest, if someone seriously tried to take him out, he's not going to let it go quietly. And then there are the witnesses. Oh yeah, people saw what went down that night, and according to them, this wasn't just some unfortunate accident. Allegedly, another car had been tailing Mendeecees for quite a while before everything went south. And here's the kicker. The driver of that car, they vanished from the scene before authorities even showed up. Why would someone do that unless they've got something to hide? Now, hold on to your seat because it gets even wilder. Some sources are suggesting that Kirk wasn't just behind the plot, he might have actually been on that road himself, ensuring everything went according to plan. One person who claims to have been nearby said they spotted a car that looked eerily similar to Kirk's parked on the side of the road just before everything went down. If Kirk really was there that night, watching everything unfold, then this wasn't just some tough talk hoping for the best. This was a calculated, premeditated move. Someone wanted Mendeecees off that road, and they were willing to take extreme measures to make it happen. They were trying to make it look like just another random accident, and let's not pretend like Kirk hasn't been acting suspicious for a long time. This is the same guy who's been called out for shady business deals, the same one who's had drama follow him around for years, and the same person who always seems to have some excuse when things go sideways in his presence. But this is next level stuff. While Kirk is out here avoiding questions, Mendeecees is reportedly gearing up for whatever comes next. Word is, he's been speaking with some major players in the industry, trying to piece together exactly what happened that night. And trust me, if he uncovers that Kirk had anything to do with this, it's going to be all-out war. But here's the real twist. Rumors are already swirling that Mendeecees is planning his own revenge. That's right, if Kirk thought he could pull a fast one and walk away without any consequences, he might want to think again. If Mendeecees gets his hands on solid proof, things are about to get real ugly. Now, the streets are buzzing, waiting to see what comes next. Will Mendeecees come out swinging? Will Kirk finally break his silence? Or is this just the beginning of an even bigger plot that none of us saw coming? One thing's for sure, this is far from over. The tension is at an all-time high, the stakes are through the roof, and everyone is on edge, waiting to see how this unfolds. But if you think this drama is messy now, just wait until you hear what's coming next. Let's set the record straight. Mendeecees isn't someone who's going to let an attack like this slide. If Kirk really thought he could shake him up and walk away unscathed, then he clearly underestimated who he's dealing with. Because trust me, Mendeecees is already making moves behind the scenes. If the rumors are accurate, Kirk may have just made the biggest mistake of his life. Word on the street is that Mendeecees has been reaching out to some heavy hitters, people with real influence. We're talking beyond his usual circle. He's reportedly been contacting industry insiders, legal experts, and even some individuals with, let's say, less than legal connections. And let's be honest, if Mendeecees genuinely believes that Kirk tried to take him out, there's no way he's letting that slide. Things are getting even messier because while Mendeecees is plotting his next move, Kirk is out here scrambling to do some serious damage control. Yep, as people start putting the pieces together, Kirk is suddenly popping up, trying to distance himself from the whole mess. First, he went completely silent. Now he's throwing out the classic y'all reaching excuse, acting like it's all just one big coincidence. But let's be real, the receipts are not looking good for him. Just as people started questioning him, some leaked messages made their way to the internet. And if these messages are legit, they tell a very different story. Alleged screenshots show Kirk talking to someone just days before the accident, saying things like, "That dude thinks he's untouchable, he got too comfortable, and bet money he won't see this coming." Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty damning. It definitely sounds like someone was plotting something. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Kirk's been caught making shady remarks. He has a history of throwing stones and pretending like he had no part in it. But this situation is way too specific to just be a casual chat. And guess what? Mendeecees' team isn't just sitting back and letting this unfold. Sources close to him are saying he's gearing up to launch his own full-blown investigation. Yep, you heard that right. Mendeecees is putting his people on the case, digging through phone records, surveillance footage, and anything else they can get their hands on. He wants to know exactly who was involved and how deep this thing really goes. Now, let's talk about who else could be in the mix because trust me, this might not be a one-man job. Rumor has it that Kirk didn't act alone, and there might have been others helping him. And when I tell you the names being whispered are shocking, I mean jaw-dropping. Some sources are saying that Kirk might have gotten help from people within Mendeecees' own circle. Can you imagine that? Thinking you're safe, thinking you know exactly who's got your back, only to find out that someone close to you might have been involved in trying to set you up? That's betrayal on a whole different level. And let's not forget, money talks. If Kirk really wanted this to go down, you can bet he had to pay some people to make sure everything went according to plan. But clearly, something went wrong. Instead of Mendeecees being taken out, he survived. And now Kirk's in a serious bind, because when a plan falls apart, all the loose ends start unraveling. Word on the street is that someone involved in this plot might be ready to flip. Yep, it seems like someone's feeling the heat and could start talking to save themselves. If that happens, it's game over for Kirk. The moment one person cracks, the whole operation falls apart. And trust me, Kirk knows this. That's probably why he's been acting differently, keeping a low profile and watching his back. To stay on top of this drama before anyone else, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. You won't want to miss what happens next. This story is about to take a crazy turn, and when it does, we'll be right here breaking it all down. Stay tuned!